sure you feel the pulse.
Hello everyone, this is Chinmay from Megado Clinic. Welcome back to our show. Today I'm going to show you how to remove valves from the KTM head. It's a very simple procedure but tricky also, just in case if you messed up with it, because each spring has got tension. So if your tool slips out or something, if you don't use proper tool, then what will happen? It will bang on your face, so you have to be careful. You have to be very careful whenever you are working on any automotive product. So now I'm going to show you how to remove this valves and how to remove the valve springs, how to use the special tool to remove the valve. Now the procedure, to remove the valve is basically, for what is the purpose of removal? We have to give this head for lapping purpose, and so the warpage which is there in the head, we have to remove the warpage also. So the surface is gone, we have to clean it up because we are having some problem with the engine temperature. So here is the procedure. Let's go guys, let's see. So this is the KTM head. As you can see, this is 200 KTM head. I have removed half of the material before only because it was not necessary to show in this particular video. This head has got total 4 valves, 2 for inlet, 2 for outlet, exhaust. So first we'll use this special tool to remove the rocker spindle. It's very simple, just remove it. Now since you have removed the rocker spindle, don't forget that this is the direction, right? Mark it on this so you will not forget. There is no shim inside, in between. As you can see, there is no shim. There is only one spindle and those rockers. Now I just kept it aside. Now we'll remove this. Remember, you have to remove everything. Don't leave any spare part which may break while working. Okay, so we'll remove now temperature sensor. Remember, this is engine temperature sensor and this is coolant. This is coolant temperature. So we'll just remove the temperature sensor because everything is going for machining. Bas. That's it. Change the O-ring, don't keep it old one. Now we'll remove this one. It's a sensor, so don't use too much of brutal force to remove the sensor to make it break, and don't forget, don't hold that sensor body. They have given this brass hexagonal to remove the sensor, so your spanner will fit over there properly. Okay, don't need any brutal force because I have seen many people using too much of brutal force. While giving this unit to machinist, never give sensors and all those things. Remove it always, because what happens, just in case any mishandling happens, so it will break and then again you will have to buy new sensor. So avoid that damage. It's too tight because either never opened or got jammed because of the deposition. I'm like, yes. So whole thing is out right now. There's a seal. Replace it later on. Now we will remove the manifold as well. Now this will not help me, this screwdriver will not help me, something else I need. Ample tools we require when you're working. Just check out which bit is proper fitting over there. So this is loose. This I will not use. I will use this one. This is quite perfect tight. And then we are going to now, okay, perfect. So one down, then second down, let's see if I can show you. Okay, all removed. Now we'll use regular screwdriver. Phillips head screwdriver will help me out here since everything is open. Okay, don't forget the intake manifold timing. This has to be towards left hand side, head left hand side. Those Phillips head screwdrivers, bolts, these are basically, as you can see, special countersunk bolts, CSK, Phillips head CSK. So you can change if you want. Now why this one is jammed, so we'll just tap the manifold. I don't know why it is jammed. Shouldn't be jammed actually. So someone used this adhesive over here to avoid the leakage. Guys, this is useless stuff. The O-ring is basically important over here. If the O-ring is damaged, just change the O-ring. You don't need to hammer or to remove the intake manifold like this way. So we have removed everything. All the spare parts are out of this head. Now we will remove the valve. All 4 valves we have to remove. We'll have to use this wall spring compressor, just like this way. Some people just bang these locks by using some hammer or something, and those locks pops out. Never do that. Use wall compressor. It's a good practice to use proper tool while working on the bike, because anything can happen. So just press some more. So those, make sure the locks are open. Now just tilt the just use. It's not coming out. That means some problem. Still stuck up. एक मिनट निकल गया. One lock. Now we'll just remove the wall. Patience important. Aggressiveness total damage. so be careful with it. Now we have removed, but in this case now we are not going to remove all immediately. Okay, so let me just disconnect everything. Now this is SNS. This has got SNS, that is spring in spring, right? Now this is the valve. This valve is jammed. Some problem with the valve lock. Okay, the second lock is here, so we have both the locks, springs. So we'll keep it in sequence. I'm going to assemble this head the way it was. I don't want to mess up with this sequence. It's better to, since it is worn out according to that only. Just keep it aside right now. Now what is the problem with this valve? Why this valve is not coming down? See, it's jammed. There is a possibility those valves are gone, that our machinist will help us to understand this matter. But if it is perfect, I guess maybe jam because of the wall seal. Now it's moving freely. It was not moving freely earlier. Okay, this is the exhaust valve. Now I'll just keep it as it is. Now we'll remove second valve. This is the intake side what I'm working on right now. Same way you have to open all the valves for the lapping. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.